abortion pill. And now without any kind of safeguards, right? Anyone can take it. We've seen that actually the critical illness or life, affecting your life, like possible death or, severe injury, it's actually 10%.
10%.
Oh,
10%. So if you take the abortion pill, you have a 10% chance of dying or having a very, very serious event to where you need to be rushed to the hospital. They're not telling you this, but across the United States, ER visits are going up.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Pastor and Wife podcast.
We welcome you to hang out with us today.
I'm Hansel.
I'm Natalie.
Okay, he's back.
Yay.
We got our good friend, SoCal director of Love Life, Shon Thornburg.
Thank you, brother. It's great to be here.
Yeah.
Great to be back.
Man, it's been so long.
It's been ages.
Oh, man. So I promised the audience we got to talk about this scourge that's happening. I just read an article saying, like, the amount of abortions after the defeat of Roe v. Wade has actually gone up.
Yeah.
And I suspect it's this darn abortion pill. Do you got the inside scoop on this?
Yeah, man. Well, hopefully we can shed some light on it. The modern day abortion is moving from the clinic to the mailbox.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, it's moving from the clinic to the mailbox, and over 60% of all abortions that happen are done through the abortion pill.
Oh.
Wow.
And when the abortion pill was first introduced and made available through the FDA and all that stuff, mifepristone, and it was had a lot of safeguards on it, right? Like the mantra that was, safe but not often or whatever.
Yeah.
That they used to say.
Right.
A certain party used to say that a lot.
Yeah. Safe, legal, and rare.
Safe, legal, and rare.
Oh,
That's
right,
what I was
right,
looking for.
Yep.
Hillary. So in 2000, Clinton made it available, and you used to have 3 doctor visits and positive proof of pregnancy, and the abortion pill could only be administered by a physician.
Yeah.
And then that got dialed back, and it could only be up to 7 weeks pregnant. And we believe in life at conception.
Right.
So all abortion pills, so when I'm talking about this, I am not saying one is better than the other.
Yeah.
I'm just merely sharing the information, but we believe that there's life at conception. I believe in no scenario that using the abortion pill is okay.
Agreed.
It is ending the life of an innocent image bearer of God.
Right.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even mess around the Plan B either.
Right.
Because Plan B can also end a fertilized egg, right? That's conception.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So
That's right. We believe God's word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it used to be only at 7 weeks and all these different, safety things. And then Obama dialed back a lot of those safety things and said, it could be up to 10 weeks pregnant. You could take the abortion pill up to 10 weeks. And, he removed a lot of stuff. And then the Biden administration literally removed everything.
Whoa.
You do not need a physician to administer the pill. You don't even need a positive pregnancy test.
That's crazy.
You can just call in, mail order it in. So if you live in a state where, by God's grace, your legislators have made abortion illegal, people in your state can still get that abortion pill mailed into them because it's not being administered by an abortionist. They can get it mailed into them. So there's all these different little caveat things. So that's why I believe that abortions have gone up, and we've seen the increase be happening inside of abortion pills. So the increase has been the abortion pill usage. And like I said, truly it is moving from the abortion center to the mailbox, where people can get it sent to them if they're at a college dorm room, man. Think about this.
Whoa.
You send your kids to college. You don't even know what happened. You don't even have a time to advocate for your grandbaby.
Yeah.
And gone. Because, again, society says it's okay, and we make it so accessible.
That's crazy because what about complications with the mother, right? Like any procedure like abortion, even with a pill that's like chemical, there's got to be some like physical ramifications, injury.
Yeah. Yeah. So when mifepristone was rolled out, the FDA and whatever other entity, they did studies on it, like they have to do with any prescription drug that goes out, right?
Yeah, right.
And they cited that the complication rate of anything from something that's pretty complicated to like, possible death or death,
Yeah.
that only about I think it's 0.3% or so.
All right.
So they said 0.3% chance that you'll have any complications if you take the abortion pill.
Yeah.
So they gave it the stamp of approval.
Right.
Right? Well, there's been studies that have happened, and man, I don't know if I want to quote the people that did this study,
Okay.
if I can find it. Well, I'll try to find it, but I think it was an institute that did a survey of hundreds of thousands of people,
Yeah.
a much more thorough study of
Yeah.
patients that took the abortion pill, and especially since the rise of people using the abortion pill, and now without any kind of safeguards, right? Anyone can take it. We've seen that actually the critical illness or life, affecting your life, like possible death or, severe injury, it's actually 10%.
10%.
Oh,
10%. So if you take the abortion pill, you have a 10% chance of dying or having a very, very serious event to where you need to be rushed to the hospital. They're not telling you this, but across the United States, ER visits are going up with women that are taking the abortion pill. And whatever the complication is, where it's severe hemorrhaging, loss of blood,
Yeah.
or there's the other thing, if you self-prescribed, a pregnancy, maybe you took just one of those, stick things or whatever, and you just at-home pregnancy test. Sometimes those things are wrong.
Sure.
Or maybe you had an ectopic pregnancy where you have a fertilized egg that gets fertilized in the fallopian tube and it's not in the uterus where it should be. That's an ectopic pregnancy. And if you take the abortion pill and you think, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like we're
That's
good.
life-threatening.
Yeah. So if that baby will continue to, the baby will die.
Yeah.
With an ectopic pregnancy, it's a very sad situation. The baby is going to die.
Yeah.
And we do not have medical technology that we can really, do anything to save the baby. So the baby's going to die, but not only that, but the mom can die too.
Right.
Because now you have a dead child inside of the mother's womb, and the mother's going to get sepsis. She can get infections.
Yeah.
Severe complications if it's not addressed immediately.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's why we have seen deaths go up. We've seen severe complications to the tune of 10% of the people that take it.
Wow.
And no one's talking about this.
Yeah. It's so crazy to me because I can't even get an antibiotic by phone, talking to a doctor, like more than twice in 6 months. If it's more than that, I have to go in and I have to see a doctor and I have to get all the tests for a simple antibiotic, without those complications,
Right?
Whoa.
This is insane.
Yeah, there's something severely backwards with that, right?
Yeah.
I love that point you made, is that that, a school nurse can't administer Tylenol to your kid without your permission.
That's right.
But in California, legally, they can take your child out of school to the abortion center and get an abortion and never tell you.
Yeah, we had a guest
What kind of backwards world do we live in?
Exactly. We had a guest from a local, works with local schools here, told us that here on this couch.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not lying.
No, you're not lying.
Yeah.
It's like they're pushing this thing so hard, and it's evil.
What is it about, right? What is so sacred about this abortion?
Yeah.
I mean, Christian, you have to ask yourself this. Take your head out of the sand. Like, think about this.
Yeah.
What is so precious about abortion to these people?
Yeah.
And why isn't it
Exactly.
precious to us? Why isn't the sanctity of life as precious to us as abortion is precious to the abortion industry?
That's right. That's right.
Because they know it's satanically motivated. It is. There's no other excuse for it. Yeah, they're making billions of dollars, but again, to your point and to the other points that we've made is there's just something else going on here.
Yeah.
And why isn't the sanctity of life that sacred and precious to us?
Exactly. Yeah.
The church needs to wake up.
I was reading like documents, not from the Christians, but from the Romans about the early church.
Yeah.
And they would describe these crazy people that we call Christians would go out in the middle of the night because they practice a form of abortion. When they had a child they didn't want, they would leave the child. The child would be born, so it's like after, but it's infanticide really.
Right.
They would leave them in the dump so the wild dogs would eat them.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's barbaric. But they described these crazy, they thought they were crazy, but these people called Christians would risk life and limb, go in the middle of the night and rescue these children and raise them as their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the spirit we should have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Putting your life on the line to do what's right, man.
Yeah.
You don't leave those precious little ones out there in the trash heap.
Yeah.
You
They're
know?
not trash.
They're not. They're image bearers of Christ, and the early church understood this. And the early church fathers, even throughout Christian history, talked about that scenario.
Yeah.
And then even later, they did talk about, the intentional ending of a pregnancy and how the church has always been against it.
Yeah.
And not even just the church, the Bible, God.
Yeah.
And it's incumbent upon, it's our responsibility as the church
Yeah.
to rescue these children. And then we have an even higher calling above that, because everybody says, we quote Proverbs and say, rescue those destined to slaughter, speak up for those who
That's
can't
right.
speak for themselves. And we do that. And then we apply that to the abortion issue, yes, towards the child in the womb. But what about the mom and the dad? What about that?
Yeah.
What about that girl? That,
Yes.
she's a freshman in college. She
Yes.
came from a Christian home, and she's terrified
Yeah.
about what to do, and society is telling her what to
Yeah.
do, and they are making it as easy as possible for her to end that life of that baby.
Yeah.
What are we doing as Christians to come alongside that girl?
Exactly.
To help her,
Exactly.
right?
Yes, that's right.
It's upon us, and we have to wake up.
Yes.
And we have to act. I like to talk about this. In churches we have so many great things that the church needs to do and is doing.
Right,
And,
right.
And the only thing, I'm not saying the only thing church should do is, do pro-life stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously the church, we're fulfilling the Great Commission. We need to go out everywhere.
That's right.
So, but whenever we send missionaries out, any good church trains the missionary before they send them.
Correct.
They teach them how to share the gospel. They walk them through the Romans road, right?
Yeah.
How do you, they'll do things where like, hey, they'll take teens out. I did this where we went to a local mall and we just learned how to evangelize.
Yeah, that's cool. I
Right?
love that stuff. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
churches are already in the habit of equipping the Christians in their church to go out and fulfill the Great Commission, right?
Yes.
Why aren't churches equipping Christians on how to be, how to exercise what they believe about the sanctity of life?
Yeah,
Forget about calling
yeah.
it pro-life, pro-choice, whatever.
Yeah.
What about teaching Christians on how to answer this call? Like, we're teaching them how to share the gospel, and we should. But why aren't we teaching our Christians, our the people in our church, on what to do about this scenario? If 50% of the people that are getting an abortion identify as a Christian,
Exactly.
I think the church has missed something here.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, we
talk
have.
about the sanctity of life, but we don't tell people what to do or how to
Yeah.
react. What if this scenario happens? What if you're that grandparent that you hear about your grandkid? What do you do? Who do you call? What can
Yeah.
you say?
Yes,
right?
that's
And then
right.
what about, helping these people that are these strangers that are going to abortion centers? I mean, there's evangelists, people who have the gift of evangelism that are
Yeah.
attending our churches.
Yes.
That they're already equipped. They just need to know what to say and how to say it. They have the gift of evangelism. Send them out there. Right?
That's
We have
right.
people who have different gifts to walk alongside and to love and nurture and care. Let's equip those people in our churches and teach them how to walk alongside a mom that we bring off the street that's pregnant, doesn't have a place to live, and we help these people we teach these Christians on how to help these people.
Yes.
So why isn't the
100%
church
agree.
doing that? Yeah.
100%
And it's
agree.
not taught in seminary. Did you learn any of this in seminary?
That's so true.
No,
No.
it's not.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not.
you're taught how to preach the gospel.
Yeah.
You're taught how to, exposit the word of God, how
Mm-hmm.
to teach verse by verse, line by line, whatever.
Yeah.
But you're not taught like, hey, what do you do in this scenario?
Yeah.
They don't have classes on that, do they?
Before I met you and got involved in Love Life, that's Sean's organization, you guys. I didn't know what to say. Like
Yeah.
I in my heart, I was like, I gotta say something. I was used to going out there in a march or an event and just rail on people, which I still do sometimes in a loving way.
What
But
you'd say it is.
but
I don't think you rail on people.
but when I went out
I'm
with
not
Love,
necessarily advocating railing on people.
well,
I'll let the man finish.
I'm just saying.
Explain yourself.
There was a crazy lady that said I had no right to speak about an abortion because I don't have a uterus.
Yeah.
So I told her, well, it takes man parts and women parts to have a pregnancy. So I have testicles, so I do have the right. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just speaking the truth,
Yeah.
unedited.
Yeah,
in love.
unedited. But it is what it is. But you know what? When I got involved with Love Life, I learned how to, the guy that was a Christian that was at the abortion mill telling his girlfriend to get the abortion, I was able to do it with compassion
Yeah.
and minister to him
Yeah.
and say, I'm not here to condemn you. I'm here to plead with you to let that child live.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that, but I got to pray for him. But I felt so empowered by doing it this way.
It almost seems like an unreached people group.
Mm.
And, you're saying we train people how to go into the mission field. You learn their language. I mean, there are linguists, missionaries who, translate things, and you have to learn the language. And I think what's so great about what you guys do is you teach people the language, I think.
Yeah. That's an
And
excellent way of putting
And
it.
it's shedding light on what the issues are and what
Yeah.
not only what the statistics are, but also like, oh, this woman may be scared because she doesn't have the money to, went out, maybe she needs a baby shower. Maybe she
Yeah.
need, like a place to live. Or I don't know, like shed light on the issues that people may need. And so how to pray, so what to say.
And we
all
know
the
how to help
things.
them.
Yeah, I got to thank you guys for that
Yeah.
because we don't have the resources to do that out of, the church funds or anything like that. But you guys make it available to us.
Yeah.
If a
Through
girl
the networks
comes in.
and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
Every life, if we did all of this and raised millions, billions of dollars and did all these different campaigns, man, all of that money, all of that effort would be worth just one life saved.
Yes.
And that's the
Amen.
way that Christ looked at it. That's the way God looks at it.
I agree.
And we should do the same. And really, we should not allow our apprehension to get involved be based on ignorance
Yeah.
or fear. God has
Yeah.
not given us a spirit of fear, right?
Yeah.
And he holds us accountable for knowing the times and the seasons, right? He says it in other areas. Like he looked at the Jewish leaders and he was like, didn't you know I was coming?
Yeah. Yeah.
Saying, oh, I just didn't know, or man, it's just really uncomfortable, or man, it's a scary thing. Between you and God, between me and God, that doesn't fly. That
Exactly.
excuse doesn't work. And
Exactly.
that's what got
Yeah.
me involved.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know what? That's a terrible excuse, Sean, because I was that guy where I was like, I don't know what to say. This is way outside my comfort zone,
Yeah.
right? And I could have a debate with somebody, and I would, people at work or
Yeah. Yeah.
coworkers, other friends and stuff. It's like, hey man, don't talk to Sean. Don't talk about abortion. Don't talk about religion. He'll,
Right.
he'll say something. You're gonna have a debate. But of course, I wanted to defend it. But when it came to the scenario, right? The scenario that we talk about, that mom that needs help, what do you say to her? Mm-hmm. Do you know how to help her? That's what our ministry does for churches. It's like, listen, you guys already have all the people in your congregation that can help.
Yeah.
All the people are in your congregation that have all the different gifts of the Spirit.
Yes.
All these people with different sources. They have the people in your church that have money, people in your church that have time,
Yeah.
people in your church that have talents.
Yes.
Right?
That's right.
So it's like Love Life's like, hey, we're going to teach your people how to use all those things that God already gave them, and you apply it to this issue. You're right, Natalie. It is a mission field.
Yeah.
The abortion center is a mission field. And it's a mission field that is not hundreds of miles away.
Yeah.
Maybe for some churches, of some people, it's only a few miles away.
That's right.
You can go on a short-term mission trip today and go find a hurting and broken person, and help an innocent life that's scheduled to die. And you could do it in Jesus' name.
That's right.
Let us help. Let us equip you. We want to equip your church. We want to equip your pastor. We want to equip you. You can go to lovelife.org, learn more about our ministry. No matter where you're at, we can help you. We're a national organization, but we actually have international houses of refuge church we spoke about last time I was here.
I love it.
That are in other countries all over the world and the United States. So we would love to come alongside you guys and help you.
Awesome. I wanna backtrack because we talked on the first half about the abortion pill.
Yeah.
What is the strategy now? Because apparently some of these Planned Parenthoods are closing down, which is a blessing. But if the enemy is switching strategies, shouldn't we?
Yeah. So the enemy is playing like 4D chess, while us Christians are arguing about who can be green or red on the checkers game. We're arguing about all this stuff, and we're not doing anything. The enemy is just like miles ahead of us.
Yeah.
But you know what? We serve a God that is their creator, the enemy's creator, and all things are subject to him.
That's right.
So once we get our act together and we just start moving, the Holy Spirit, he's ready to go, man. The Lord's ready to go. We just need to act in obedience. And God multiply. We work for a God that multiplies, not does addition. Yeah. So he multiplies our efforts when we step out in obedience.
Yeah.
Right. So the enemy is moving from the abortion center to the mailbox, and Christians need to start talking about this more in the pulpit.
Yeah.
Preachers need to speak about this in the pulpit.
Right.
And you can, I'll refer to the House of Refuge thing that we talked about in the last episode. If Christians and churches do more just within their own congregation, potentially you could stop about 50% of the abortions that are happening anyway.
That's
I don't know too many businesses that can survive without 50% of their revenue just going away.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden you have these equipped Christians that didn't get an abortion, that saved their life. They know what to do. And again, what do Christians do? When we're in the marketplace, we're in the world, we're telling people about these things. So now, you have families that are talking about this. Their kids are talking about it with their friends, and that's the ripple effect.
Yeah.
So again, the change happens in the church. The church creates that counterculture. We change the culture.
Yeah.
The church changes the culture. The society will follow the church.
I agree. In Matthew 16, Jesus talks about, this is the rock that I'll build my church on. That the fact that he is who he says he is, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. Right. And when I read that, I don't see like us cowering because some gates are coming at us, because that's what it seems like when people are afraid to talk about abortion and the atrocity. But we're supposed to go to the gates, like an offensive
Gates don't move, right?
Gates don't move. No, we go through the gates and break them down.
Yeah.
And that's what when you were talking about culture and the church should influence culture, I believe that's what that is.
Yeah.
Because Jesus cares about the little kids, the little children, and we should care too.
Not only that, but Jesus cares about life.
Yeah.
You think that when it came to the days of creation, God much more intimately created humans, mankind, right?
Yeah.
More intimately than any other creation.
Yeah.
And then we messed it up.
We did.
But you know what he did? He redeemed it by coming and giving his life for ours.
Yes, absolutely.
Life is everything. We
Yeah.
serve the God who created life and serve the God who redeemed life.
Yes.
So we should it's more than just about babies. It's about the sanctity of human life.
Yes.
We are
That's right.
defending human life in the womb. We're defending human life in the church. We're defending human life in the community is what we're doing because God said it's important.
Yeah.
And so it needs to be important to us.
That's so true. That's so true. Because once we got on this path, it seemed like life itself, like you were saying, is less regarded. Like I'm thinking about Canada. They made it legal that you can be euthanized by your own choice.
Yep.
That's
wild.
crazy.
That's wild.
But I believe that's because we have this culture in the West that, oh, it's not a baby, it's not life, but it is life. And it just dovetails into all these sick things.
On the topic of Canada.
Yeah.
So you're talking about, again, the enemy playing, 4D chess when we're putzing around figuring out checkers. So check this out. Canada knows it's a spiritual issue regarding abortion.
They do, huh?
And prayer.
Oh, okay.
Do you know that it's illegal? And I don't know if they do this in meters or in yards or feet, but I want to say it's 100 yards or 100 meters or 100 feet that you cannot pray within a certain distance of an abortion center in Canada. You cannot pray within a certain distance of an abortion center in Canada. The enemy knows. So again, they're playing. They already know. They're like, no. No Christians coming over here and praying. We want you away from this area. See, again, it's sacred to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't touch our abortions. Christians need to wake up. It needs to be sacred to us. Life, prayer, us acting on our convictions.
Yes.
Christian, put feet to your faith.
That's right.
That's
right.
And we need to be not only acting and praying and moving within the church, but we need to be voting
That's right.
these lunatics out of office.
We need to vote them out.
I cannot handle when Christians tell me, "Oh, I'm not going to vote." For I'm like,
Crazy.
"Oh my, why?" Because all the candidates are idiots or whatever. I'm like, "You're right, they are idiots.
Sure.
You're never going
Sure.
to vote for your Messiah."
Yeah.
And I always ask him, like, especially when it came to Trump.
Yeah.
And like I'm talking to an older believer.
Yeah.
And like, I can't vote for Trump, man. That guy's an idiot.
Okay.
He's a sinner. He's this, he's that. Morally, he's bankrupt. And I'm like, okay, did you vote for Reagan? And they'll be like, well,
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you think Reagan was a sinner? Did Reagan sin?
Yeah.
Was Reagan morally bankrupt in some areas? Yes.
Yes.
But again, we have our threshold of morality that we say yes or no to certain things.
Yeah.
But it's like you're never going to vote for a completely perfect person.
That's right.
Not until Jesus is on the throne and he returns and takes back. Like that's when we'll have the perfect
Yes.
king.
Right.
Exactly.
But until then, we
Exactly.
need to vote for the best possible outcome.
Right.
And we need to vote
Right.
according to our biblical worldview.
That's right.
And again, in the United States, if every person that says that they're a Christian voted, we would win every election.
We would.
Yeah, I think so.
And I want to win. All right.
Amen, bro.
Wow. Well, what a good note to end on.
Yeah.
And I believe Jesus will be victorious in defeating abortion. I do believe that. So,
Amen.
Christian, please vote and get involved with Love Life. Man. I'm going to have you back for part 3.
Let's do it, man. I love hanging out with you
Man,
guys.
you're a good friend, but man, we can hash out the truth to millions of people now that we're on social media and stuff.
Go.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
I'm blessed to be here, bro.
Yeah, we're blessed too. So you guys tune in. We'll have Shon back. Man, we love you guys for listening. Please get involved in any way you can. And make sure you like and subscribe, and YouTube's going to suggest another video that probably you'll like. But with that said, love you all. Godspeed and God bless.
Bye.
Bye. Right on time.